MMA Inside the Cage, brought to you by Advanced Sports Labs. Expedite your blood work today at advancedsportslabs.com.
Welcome to MMA Inside the Cage, bringing the world of mixed martial arts straight to you. I'm your host, Cyrus Fees. Next to me, the man that is classic as a baseball game or American as apple pie, Mr. Casey Oxendine.
We know, Cyrus, I've not spent a lot of time on the baseball field this season. You know, I've been smashing grand slams in the cage. And as far as apple pie is concerned, you know, I prefer a healthier alternative, perhaps a trail mix, you know, with dried cranberries and sunflower seeds.
You're really into this. We get it. You like trail mix. That's fine.
Right. And, you know, looking at you, with these buttons right here, they're screaming a little bit. You may prefer a healthy alternative yourself.
Thank you, Casey. I'll get right in the gym. Tonight, 3 more fights from around the world. In the second round, we have a big fight announcement for the Southeast, and our EFC Africa main event is amazing. Now, you've probably noticed that we're adorned with a new logo, a new sponsor here on the show. Advanced Sports Labs is a national company specializing in medical testing and, of course, blood testing. Blood testing is such a key part of the sport. And Casey, I don't think people really know how important it is to a fight, to a promoter, or to a fighter to have a good blood testing company.
Well, man, you know, as a promoter myself, you know, one of the biggest hurdles to get over it, you know, when you're matching a card is making sure your guys have their blood work. They have it with them. They have it, you know, into the commissions and all that stuff, man, because, you know, bad things can happen. We've seen it before. You know, all the fighters are there ready to go, but the commission won't let it pass because there's no blood work.
That's crazy. Now, to avoid any headaches or problems, Advanced makes sure that the fighter is tested at one of their facilities that are very close, within 100 miles of any place, and that the results are sent straight to the promoter, the fighter, and the state commission. And that is just plain convenient. You can go to their website, advancedsportslabs.com, and get signed up. The best prices as far as testing, and I'll say this, partner, they are on the eve of some really big things. You know, they are really going to be pushing the bar.
Oh, absolutely, man. You know, there are a few other things, a few other tests they're talking about in the works, you know. So, you know, these guys are really going above and beyond, and they're making themselves known in a big way right here with MMA Inside.
You got that right. Thanks to Patch, Raj, and everybody at the Advanced Sports Labs. Let's kick off our fights with a nasty knockout courtesy of the PXC, that's Pacific Extreme Combat, out of the island of Guam. This one's from PXC 26, and this one is huge. Check out PacificExtremeCombat.com for everything PXC. And without further ado, it's your MMA Inside the Cage Punch of the Week.
As a professional fighter, there's a lot of things that I need to be concerned about. I need to be concerned about my opponent. I need to worry about my fans. I don't want to have to be concerned about my blood work. That's why I go to Advanced Sports Labs and I get my blood work done in an affordable manner. They get it done fast. They send it to the commission, they send it to the promoter, and they send it to me, so I have peace of mind knowing that everything's done properly.
As a promoter, they've taken away the headache of trying to get the blood work and get the results to the state. They have streamlined the process, and they do it at a great, affordable rate for the fighter and for the promotion.
Expedite your blood work today at AdvancedSportsLabs.com.
Welcome back to MMA Inside the Cage. Cyrus Feast alongside Casey Oxendine. You just saw an explosive KO from the PXC, and we have 2 more fights for you tonight. And speaking of good fights, it's not often that you get nearly all the top dogs from one area on one card. Well, come October 15th at Viking Hall in Bristol, Tennessee, Gene Click, Tim Loy, and the X Series are doing exactly that. Now, it's called X Series Undisputed, and it's October 15th, a big Saturday. Give our fans a taste of what they can expect on that card.
Well, man, you're talking about the very first pro event ever to hit Bristol, man. And the fighters involved, they're synonymous with the city. We're talking about Daniel Crockett. We're talking about the pro debuts of both Josh Brewer and Link Hook, and of course, the main event featuring Tyler Melee Minton facing off against the infamous Ayo.
Amechi Asalukwe. Yes, I can say his name, and yes, I'll be announcing it. Be sure to check out xseriesmma.com for more information, and don't miss X Series Undisputed on Saturday, October 15th. You do not want to miss that card. We will have a full preview show coming up in the coming weeks. Your second fight comes from the X Series brand. It's a guy that will be fighting on October 18th, Len Cook, ISKA champ, X Series champ, in his final amateur fight against a very game opponent in Chauncey Houston. You're watching MMA Inside the Cage.
Coming in with a record of 11 wins and 1 loss. This will be his final amateur fight ever. He is the reigning ISKA and X Series 135-pound champion. Introducing Len Cook. Your cage girl is Melody. Your referee is Ladies Love Nate Jolly. This is 3-minute round for the championship. Ladies and gentlemen, Nate Jolly stops this fight at 2:29 in the second round with the winner by tap out due to armbar, and still X Series 135-pound champion Len Cook.
As a professional fighter, there's a lot of things that I need to be concerned about. I need to be concerned about my opponent. I need to worry about my fans. I don't want to have to be concerned about my blood work. That's why I go to Advanced Sports Labs and I get my blood work done in an affordable manner. They get it done fast. They send it to the commission, they send it to the promoter, and they send it to me, so I have peace of mind knowing that everything's done properly.
As a promoter, they've taken away the headache of trying to get the blood work and get the results to the state. They have streamlined the process, and they do it at a great affordable rate for the fighter and for the promotion.
Expedite your blood work today at AdvancedSportsLabs.com.
Welcome back to MMA Inside the Cage. Cyrus Fees alongside Casey Oxendine. Third round action, and our main event of the week comes from the beautiful country of South Africa. EFC Africa 10, Speechley versus Jacoby, resonated from Carnival City and Gauteng. As usual, Casey, the atmosphere, the presentation was top-notch with EFC Africa.
Man, when you're talking EFC South Africa, you're talking about huge production value, man. It looks like awesome. The UFC of South Africa.
No doubt about it, man. I mean, just a great production value. I mean, it's on rival with about any international organization, and they're down there in South Africa with like a big budget doing big things.
Yeah, and you're talking about these fighters, man. You know, a lot of these guys aren't household names, but around South Africa, everybody knows them, and look for these guys to make big waves all across the world, and we're helping them do that right here at MMA Inside the Cage.
You got that right. Now, we saw some very competitive fights. Guys like Van Staden, Leo Gloss, and JP Joubert showing why they are some of the best talent in the world today. Now, Casey and I caught the show online through EFCAfrica.com, where you can stream every event for free. It's awesome. EFC Africa 11 isn't too far off. You got November 10th from the Coca-Cola Dome in Johannesburg. Now, let's get to our main event of the week. This one is the main event of EFC Africa 10. Adam Speechley versus Dallas Jacoby for the welterweight championship. It's your main event on MMA Inside the Cage.
EFC Africa 10, Speechley versus Jacoby.
Ladies and gentlemen, EFC Africa 10, live from the Big Top Arena, Carnival City, Johannesburg. This is the main event of the evening.
Our beautiful EFC girls, proudly brought to you by Sonda. They look fantastic, don't they? More info in Sonda.
Gentlemen, listen to my commands, protect yourself at all times. Questions? Let's go back, let's do this. You ready? You ready? Fight!
The welterweight title fight up for grabs. Jacoby white trunks, Speechley in black and silver. Lots of support for Speechley. The whole...
And that's also another thing that could be playing in Dallas's mind is he's constantly going to...
Oh! Speechley drops him with a punch immediately. Grabs a hold of the neck. This is how he submitted now, and he's going to jump and pull guard.
Speechley is the prodigy.
Big elbow landed. Another big one landed. Big shot landed. Adam is rocked. Adam is in trouble. He's running. Jacoby is landing. Jacoby is landing. Adam recovers, gets full guard back.
Speechley looked gone for a second.
Oh, big shots landed by Dallas. Now Adam has got the triangle in.
That's why Speechley is so good. You can never write him off.
10 seconds to go in this first round.
Jacoby's got to hold on.
Big trouble there for a second.
There it is, round one done.
Ready?
Oh no, Peter. Overseeing proceedings.
Guys just feeling each other out now.
Oh, big head kick landed by Jacoby. He comes in hard. Adam tries to pull guard. Dallas stands on top again. He's in half guard. He's in side control now. This is bad. A bad spot for Speechley. Dallas landing elbows.
Trouble,
he's landing elbows.
This is huge elbows.
I'm Peter having a close look. Dallas is raining down.
Look at the power from Jacoby.
It looks like he's got the choke in.
That choke is
in. He's seconds away from tapping out.
That is not good for Dallas Jacoby at all.
Dennis is pushing
holds
up.
on.
Looks like he can get himself out of this. He turns and he's out.
Wow.
Well done by Dallas Jacoby. Dallas now Adam in full mount though. Dallas gets half guard back. What a fight, ladies and gentlemen.
He's going to have to recover fast. Speechley just showed his skill, showed his power. Again, Speechley aiming to become the first champion to successfully defend his EFC title.
Guys come out and touch gloves again, but you can see Adam is tired, and Dallas is also now breathing with his mouth quite wide open. See Adam's moving around, but he's not moving around as swiftly as he was before. Cipriano Pino having a very, very close look here.
Elbow.
And Dallas is landing one after the other. Big shots, big shots. Referee's having a close look. Dallas landing over and over and over.
Speechley escapes yet again.
10 seconds to go in the round. Dallas holding on.
Showing his power and strength. Oh,
Dallas landing a knee of his own. End of the round. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Ready? Fight!
Been a fascinating duel.
Both guys very, very tired. And see, as we've said this before, these are two of the nicest guys in the sport. And it's great to see two warriors going at it like this.
Round 4.
Big kick landed by Dallas. You can see Adam is trying to get work for that choke. He's got underhooks. Dallas is being very cautious when it comes to these tight situations.
Speechley's in trouble.
In big trouble. And Speechley's back into the cage. If Dallas can just explode here and start raining down, this could be a problem for Adam. You see Dallas very cleverly gets Adam's legs away from the cage where he wants to push off. Lands a knee to the body.
That rib is taking a real beating.
See Adam's desperately trying to get out of this position. Yeah, it looks like Speechley's hand is trapped. If he can just explode and start raining down punches.
Oh,
bad spot for Speechley, very bad spot for Speechley. Referee having a close look again. Big shot landed by Jacoby. Adam's in big trouble. 18 seconds to go. Dallas will have to unleash here.
Another one.
Oh, another big punch. Pino having a very close look. 10 seconds to go in the round.
It's not good for Speechley. Another one. Oh, it's
big shots landed. Whoa.
Has Dallas Jacoby done enough here? Speechley and Jacoby.
Dallas using that teep. Adam will have to move. I think he's behind on the judge's card here.
Jacoby's got to hold on for dear life here. Speechley tries to get the choke in.
Oh, it looks like he's got it. Let it go again.
2.5 minutes remain in the final round. He's got Speechley's ankle. Speechley can sense victory.
Adam in the half guard. Dallas is half guard now.
2 minutes remain. Speechley looks to rain down with that left hand.
Dallas wants to push him down because he's got a hold of his ankle.
That's
now
up kick.
Dallas letting rain with those up kicks.
The fitness of these two fighters is world
Minute
class.
45 to go. Who wants it more?
60 seconds remain.
1 minute remaining in the fifth and final round. Adam goes for that wizard. Dallas rolls him over though. Now Dallas is back on top. Adam has got a hold of his arm though.
Is that a mistake from Speechley? 45 seconds.
45 seconds. Dallas seems to be out of trouble in terms of that arm bar right now. Just wants to stay close to Speechley here.
Oh, almost the up kick.
Speechley with the up kicks now. Dallas measuring him. 30 seconds to go.
He's going to fly in, is he?
Dallas unloading. 20 seconds to go. Fifth and final round.
Will Jacoby have done enough here? 15 seconds. The clock ticks down. Speechley goes up.
10 seconds remaining in this bout.
It's been an epic battle. Down they go.
Again by Speechley.
Time running out for the current champion. That's all over. Has Jacoby done enough? Has Speechley conceded the title here?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score this fight 48-45 47, 48, 45, and 48, 46 for the winner by unanimous decision, the undisputed EFC Africa welterweight champion, Dallas Jacoby!
There you have it, a new champion in the welterweight division, Dallas Jacoby.
Advanced Sports Labs is always a great experience. You go in, you get your blood drawn, they take care of all the paperwork for you, they send your results to the commission and to the promoter, so I can just focus on being a professional fighter and getting on the fight.
Advanced Sports Labs. Expedite your blood work today at advancedsportslabs.com.
Time to close out this episode of MMA Inside the Cage. Next week, we'll preview the Clash of the Titans 1.0 show from Johnson City, Tennessee. And you guessed it, 3 more big fights from all over the world. Casey, how can our friends and our enemies, you know who you are, get a hold of us?
Well, of course, you can go to facebook.com/MMA Inside the Cage, twitter.com/MMA ITC. You can email us at MMAinsidethecage@gmail.com, or you can drop by mixedmartialarts.com at the Underground Forum and check out MMA Inside the Cage.
That's right. We're always there and we're not scared. I'm Cyrus Fees.
I'm Casey Oxendine.
And we'll see you next week inside the cage.
Right here, brother. That's what I'm talking about.